Stop right there. Let that statement burn into your soul. If you feel uncomfortable, good. That's the point. They broke you. Yes. They. Those people who left you bleeding, alone, and broken. You've been shattered by betrayal, by failure, by pain. They thought they'd cripple you. They thought you'd stay in that wrecked state forever. They saw the cracks, the tears, and they aimed for your weakest moments. They turned your struggle into a weapon against you. But here's the reality. What they don't understand, what you don't understand yet, is that God didn't abandon you in that brokenness. No, He used it to forge you. He didn't pity you. He didn't whisper soft promises into your ear. He rebuilt you, and now you are a weapon. The world likes to tell you that healing is a gentle thing, that time is the ultimate cure. Well, let me drop the truth bomb. Healing is war. It's a violent transformation. It's fire. It's blood. It's sweat. And only the ones who embrace this battle come out stronger. You weren't meant to crawl back to your feet. You were meant to rise as a freaking weapon. But why are you still sitting there? Why are you still so damn weak? You've let the scars of your past dictate your future. They broke you, sure, they crushed your spirit, but you let it happen. You let them hold the power over you. You let their cruelty define you. You let their words chip away at your soul until there was nothing left but doubt. Enough. Enough with the excuses. Enough with the self-pity. Enough with feeling sorry for yourself. This is war. And you've been standing on the battlefield, weaponless, pretending it was all out of your control. Here's the cold truth. You have been your own biggest enemy. You've allowed your own weakness to keep you shackled. You've let your fear dictate your life. You've allowed the past to haunt you like a ghost in the dark, stopping you from charging forward. But no more. The moment they broke you, the moment you fell into the abyss of despair, that was the moment God stepped in. The moment your soul shattered, God's fire began to burn. He wasn't planning on picking up the pieces and putting you back together, like some broken vase. No. He was going to use the fragments, the pieces, the rubble of your past to forge you into something dangerous. You're not the same person anymore. You're not the weak, fragile human they wanted you to be. You are a weapon, but you have to wield it. The time has come to stop hiding behind excuses, to stop blaming others, to stop letting the world define you by your losses. You need to step into your power. This is your warning. There are no more excuses. There is no more comfort zone. The battlefield is in front of you. It's time to pick up your weapon and get to work. You've been sitting there long enough wondering if you can rise. Let me make it clear. You are not just going to rise. You're going to obliterate everything in your path. You're going to tear down every wall, burn through every chain, and leave the ashes of your enemies behind you. But first, you need to wake up. This isn't a game. This isn't some motivational speech filled with nice little words to make. You feel good. This is war. And the question is, are you ready to fight? Or are you going to let them break you again? The real battle begins now. Get up. Fight. Own your power. This is only the beginning. You've been lied to, over and over again. You've swallowed the poison of self-deception, fed to you by the world, by those who wanted to keep you weak. They told you it's okay to wait. They told you, take your time. It's okay to heal slowly. They made you believe that rest is a luxury, not a necessity. They told you that your wounds are too deep to overcome, and they sold you the idea that life is all about getting by. It's all a lie. Here's the truth. They wanted you to believe it. They wanted you to be weak so they could control you. The moment you accepted their lies, you handed over the power to them. The moment you started believing that you couldn't do it, that you were stuck in your pain, that you were defeated, that's when you lost the fight. And don't get me wrong, I get it. You've been hurt. You've been knocked down. But the world doesn't care about your pain, it never has. Let me be clear. Your pain means nothing to them. They don't care how much you've suffered. They don't care how much you've cried. They don't care about your late night battles, your struggles, your fight to breathe when the weight of the world presses down on you. They never will. And that's the harsh reality that you need to accept. The lies they fed you have built this cage around your mind. It's okay to rest. No, it's not. Rest comes after the war is won. You don't rest while the battle is raging. You fight, you push, you fight until there's nothing left. That's the price of greatness. They said you need time. What a joke. Time doesn't heal anything. Time doesn't fix anything. You fix it. You do the work. Time doesn't owe you anything. And the people who tell you to take time off are the same ones who have never had to fight for anything in their lives. You're not in control of time. You are in control of your own power. And time is your enemy. Because every second you waste lying to yourself about your weakness is a second you'll never get back. They told you that failure is a part of the journey. Let me tell you this. Failure is the end. It's the moment you stop fighting. It's the moment you decide to let life crush you under its boot. Don't you dare fall for that nonsense. There is no failure. There's only winning or there's dying on the battlefield. Now let me ask you a hard question. How long are you going to keep lying to yourself? How long are you going to keep making excuses? How long are you going to keep blaming the world, your past, your upbringing, or your circumstances? You've been telling yourself you're just unlucky, that the odds are stacked against you, that it's not meant to be. You've let their lies get into your head, and you've allowed them to plant doubt into your soul. You've allowed their words to become your reality. But what if I told you that you're the one holding yourself back? What if I told you that you've been the one standing in your own way? What if I told you that the lies you've believed have been the chains keeping you imprisoned? You see, those lies are powerful because they give you an excuse. They give you a reason to stop fighting. But every time you accept those excuses, every time you accept their words as your truth, you lose a little more of yourself. The truth is, they never believed in you. They didn't want you to rise. They didn't want you to be the weapon God made you to be. You can't keep living like this. You can't keep pretending that the lies they fed you are your reality. This is not your truth. It's time to face it. It's time to face the cold, harsh reality that you've allowed yourself to be manipulated. You've let the world feed you false comfort, false promises, and false security. But no one is going to save you. No one is coming to hand you victory. You must take it. The world doesn't care if you succeed. The universe doesn't care if you cry. God, He's waiting to see what you do with the broken pieces of your life. Will you let them lie to you, or will you rise from the ashes and build your weapon? You've been living a lie for too long. Every day you tell yourself, maybe tomorrow. Every time you take the easy road, every time you put things off for another day, you're accepting the lie that it's okay to be weak. It's not okay. You've been told you need comfort, but you've seen what comfort does to people. It makes them soft. It makes them complacent. You're not here to be soft. You're here to be a weapon, and a weapon doesn't care about comfort. A weapon doesn't need time to heal. It needs to keep fighting no matter what. A weapon doesn't sit idly by, waiting for the world to change. It changes the world. That's what you're meant to do. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The life you've been living is a lie. And if you continue down this path, you'll end up exactly where they want you, broken, weak, and defeated. The lie they told you is the very thing that's been keeping you from your greatness. And until you break free from it, you will always be stuck in this cycle of self-deception. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to keep lying to yourself, or are you going to take the truth and use it to fuel your rise? Enough with the lies. It's time to burn them all down. Let's get something straight. The world is not kind. It is not your friend. It doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about your struggles. It doesn't care how much you've suffered. The universe has no soft, comforting words for you. It doesn't want to see you succeed, it wants to crush you. And here's the kicker. It doesn't have to lift a finger. You're doing the job for it. You're letting your fear, your weakness, your doubt, you're letting all of that control you. You're sitting back, giving life every excuse to destroy you and acting like you're powerless, like you're just a victim of circumstance. Well, let me tell you the cold, hard truth. You're not powerless. You're letting yourself be controlled, and you need to face it. You keep telling yourself, one day it'll all work out. You keep telling yourself, I just need time. I need a break. I need to find the right moment. That's not truth. That's cowardice. And you're hiding behind it. You've got dreams, right? You've got goals, right? Then why are you letting them slip away? You keep letting the world tell you you're not ready, you're not good enough, you're too late. You've been fed this illusion that your dreams will just come to you. They won't. Dreams don't come. They must be conquered. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. Readiness is an illusion. You will never feel ready. You will never feel perfect. And if you keep waiting for that, you will never move. The perfect moment doesn't exist. You need to stop being afraid of failure. You need to stop being afraid of losing. You need to stop being afraid of working your ass off and still falling short. You've been scared your whole life, too afraid to fail, too afraid to take the hard road. Well, let me make it clear. Failure is not the end. It's the beginning. Every time you fall, you get one step closer to the weapon God made you to be. Every time you get knocked down, you learn. You grow. You adapt. If you want success, if you want power, you need to burn away this fear. It's not just holding you back, it's making you weak. You're sitting there crying about how much it hurts, complaining about your losses, talking about how life hasn't been fair. Guess what? Life doesn't care. The world isn't here to coddle you. It's here to break you, to see if you're strong enough to rise. You think you're the only one who's been through hell? You think you're the only one who's had to fight to survive? Everybody has a story. Everybody has pain, but some people rise from it. Some people take that pain and turn it into their weapon. And those are the people who win. Those are the people who break the world. You're sitting in a pit of your own making, and you're too afraid to climb out. You've convinced yourself that it's too high, that the climb is too steep, that you're not strong enough to make it. Well, let me tell you something. Climbing out is the only option. There is no other choice. The alternative? You stay where you are, forever. And I'm going to be blunt. Staying where you are is the easy way out. It's the path of least resistance. It's comfortable. But comfort is a lie. Comfort kills. Comfort makes you soft. Comfort turns you into a coward. You were not created for comfort. You were created for battle. But here's the truth. You're too scared to fight. You've been staring at the battle lines, paralyzed by fear. You've been hiding behind your excuses, behind your failures, behind your fears, telling yourself that it's too much, that you're not ready. You've been lying to yourself. You're ready. You've been ready. God has equipped you with everything you need to crush your enemies. You've got fire inside you. You've got strength in your bones. But you're too afraid to unleash it. You want to know what fear really is. Fear is nothing but a lie designed to keep you in place. Fear is the enemy of your success. It's the reason you haven't done anything yet. It's the reason you keep saying, "I'll start tomorrow." Fear has shackled you, and you've let it. Let me tell you something about fear. Fear doesn't control you unless you let it. Fear has no power unless you give it power. And right now you're giving it all the power. You're letting fear dictate your life, your choices, your actions. You're letting it win. But fear is not the enemy you think it is. Fear is a challenge. It's the test. And the moment you stop letting it control you, the moment you stop cowering, the moment you charge toward it instead of running from it, that's the moment you unlock your true power. Stop being afraid of who you are meant to be. You are meant to be a force of nature. You are meant to tear through everything that stands in your way. But you have to decide to become that person. It's not going to happen by accident. It's not going to happen because you wish for it. You want to know how it happens? It happens with hard work, relentless focus, and an unshakable will to never give up. You need to embrace the raw truth. The battle isn't going to end. This war doesn't stop. And if you think for 1 second that it's going to get easier, you're wrong. It's never going to get easier. But you're going to get stronger. And that's the only thing that matters. So stop whining about how hard it is. Stop looking for someone to come save you. There is no one coming. It's on you. And it's always been on you. The raw truth is this. You've been holding yourself back. You've been the one keeping you in chains. Only you can break them. So what will it be? Will you keep sitting in the pit of your own making, telling yourself it's too hard, it's too much, or will you fight? Will you rise? Or will you remain weak, broken, and stuck? The truth is simple. You can rise. You can fight. But only if you decide to. Only if you stop listening to the lies and start listening to the raw truth. That you are made for this battle. And you will win. Let's talk about the cost of staying weak. You think you can afford to stay where you are? You think you can keep avoiding the fight and still come out on top? Let me give you the truth. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. Every day you stay stagnant. Every minute you spend hiding from what you're supposed to be doing is one more step toward your own destruction. You're sitting on a ticking time bomb, and every second that passes, you're getting closer to your own ruin. You think this is just about getting by? That you can coast through life, doing the bare minimum, hoping everything will somehow work out? You're dead wrong. Let's make this clear. You're not just failing yourself. You're failing everyone around you. You're failing the people who need you to rise. You're failing the ones who believed in you. Every time you choose weakness over strength, every time you decide not to fight, you let down the people who are counting on you. And one day they'll turn around, and they won't be there anymore. Why? Because you chose comfort over growth. You chose fear over power. You chose to sit back while the world burned around you. Do you think you're exempt from the consequences of your choices? Do you think you can just hide in your own bubble, hoping that life will pass you by? You're wrong. The world doesn't give a damn about your excuses. The world doesn't give a damn about your comfort zone. The world will move forward, with or without you. You're not special. The world will not stop just because you've decided to stay weak. And here's the painful truth. You can't sit there spinning your wheels and expect things to change. Nothing will change until you do. And the longer you wait to make that change, the harder it's going to be. Let's talk about real consequences. Look at your life. Is this what you want? Mediocrity? A life of hiding behind excuses and fears? A life where you let every opportunity slip through your fingers because you're too afraid to seize it? A life where you're constantly saying, one day, but never doing anything? If you're not careful, one day will never come. Look at the people around you. Look at the ones who've already made their moves. They're moving forward, they're succeeding, they're winning. And guess what? They didn't get there by staying in their comfort zones. They didn't get there by waiting for the perfect moment. They got there by getting their hands dirty, by fighting every single day, by pushing through when everyone else would have given up. They got there because they chose action. Now let me ask you something. How long are you going to sit there and watch them pass you by? How long are you going to let your dreams slip through your fingers? How long are you going to let your fears control your future? There's only one answer. You don't get to wait forever. You don't get to sit there wishing for a better life, a better future, a better version of yourself. You need to wake the hell up and start taking action. You need to realize that the world isn't waiting for you. The clock is ticking, and if you don't act, you will fade into nothing. You will become a footnote in someone else's success story, a shadow of someone who could have been great, but chose to stay weak. You will be the one who gets left behind, the one who watches everyone else rise while you stay stuck in your fear. So ask yourself this, is that really what you want? Do you want to be the one who let their chance slip away because they were too afraid to step up? Weakness is not a choice, it's a sentence. And you're serving time for every moment you don't fight. You're choosing to remain a prisoner in your own life, and trust me, that's the worst prison you can be in. The real cost of weakness is this. You're not just failing yourself. You're failing your future. You're failing the life you were meant to live. Every day you wait, you delay the version of yourself that you were meant to be. Every moment you waste is a moment you can't get back. And one day when you're looking back at your life, you're going to realize that all of this could have been different. You'll realize that you could have had it all. If only you'd stopped making excuses, if only you'd stopped being weak. The cost is regret. And let me tell you something about regret. It doesn't go away. It doesn't just fade into the background. It stays with you, gnawing at you, haunting you, reminding you of every opportunity you missed because you were too afraid to act. You think you're saving yourself from pain now by staying in your comfort zone, but you're just setting yourself up for a lifetime of regret. And that regret will eat at you like a disease, a slow, painful reminder that you could have done more, that you could have been more. I want you to think about this. What happens when you die? When everything is said and done, when the clock runs out on you, will you be proud of the life you lived? Will you look back and say, I gave everything I had, I fought every battle, I pushed myself to the limit? Or will you look back and say, I could have done so much more, but I chose fear over action? I chose comfort over success. That's the real consequence of weakness. This isn't just about business or success, this is about life. This is about whether or not you're willing to stand up and fight for everything you want. Whether or not you're willing to take responsibility for your own life and stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to succeed. You are the only one who can change your future. But the longer you stay weak, the further you push your future away. And one day when it's too late, you'll look back and wish you had fought. You'll wish you had taken action. You'll wish you hadn't let your weakness destroy your potential. But you'll be too late. So here's the question. Are you going to change now? Or are you going to let weakness destroy everything you've ever dreamed of? The choice is yours. You've been knocked down. So what? You've been tested. So what? You've been pushed to the edge, made to doubt yourself, made to question your worth. So what? You think that's where your story ends? You think because you've been broken, you're finished? You're wrong. This is the moment where you decide what you're really made of. This is the moment where you decide if you're going to stay down or if you're going to rise. You were built for this. All those scars, all those wounds, they're not signs of weakness. They're your battle marks. They're proof that you fought, that you survived, that you didn't give up when everything was against you. And guess what? You're still standing. You want to know what separates the weak from the warriors? It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's what you do when you're on the ground. You think the champions of the world never felt the sting of failure? You think they didn't taste the bitterness of loss? They've been there, but they didn't stay there. They rose, and so will you. The world isn't waiting for you to be perfect. It's not waiting for you to have everything figured out. It's not waiting for you to get all your ducks in a row. The world is waiting for you to take action. The world is waiting for you to take what's rightfully yours. And it's going to take everything you've got to get it. Now understand, the rise doesn't come without pain. You've got to tear yourself away from the comfortable lies you've been telling yourself. You've got to rip through the excuses, the fears, the doubts, and the pain and emerge stronger, harder, better. This isn't a gentle walk into greatness. This is a battle, a fight, a war with your own mind, your own weaknesses, your own fear, and you need to be ready to crush all of it. You've been living in the past for too long. You've been letting the ghosts of your failures hold you back. You've been letting the weight of past mistakes drag you down. But I'll tell you this, your past is gone. It's over. The mistakes, the regrets, the fear, it's all in the rearview mirror. And what's ahead of you is the future you create right now. Do you want to be the person who keeps looking over their shoulder? Who keeps worrying about all the shit that went wrong before? Or do you want to be the one who charges forward, eyes fixed on the horizon, and takes what's waiting for them? The second you let go of the past, the second you stop letting it define you, is the moment you start to rise. You were broken, but now you're a weapon, and weapons don't get weak. They don't get soft. They don't stay dormant, waiting to be used. Weapons are forged. They are sharpened, they are honed, and they are made for destruction. And you are a weapon, forged in the fire of struggle, tempered by the trials of life, ready to break through anything that stands in your way. So, I'm going to tell you something. The rise doesn't come with hesitation. It doesn't come with doubt. It doesn't come with maybe next time. The rise comes with action. It comes with purpose. It comes with rage. And it comes with you deciding right now that you will no longer sit idly by while the world passes you by. The pain you've been feeling, the struggle you've been carrying, that's not your weakness. That's your power. That's the fire that's been building inside of you, the anger, the frustration, the hurt. It's all been a forge preparing you for something bigger, and that something is now. You think warriors were born? No. They were made. And they were made through fire, through pain, through struggle. Every single scar, every single tear, every single ounce of suffering that you've gone through is what's been turning you into something greater. Don't you dare let it go to waste. The world has written you off. They've called you a failure. They've labeled you weak. They've dismissed you as someone who's not enough. And now you're going to show them why they were wrong. You're going to prove them all wrong. Because here's the truth. The world isn't going to just hand you anything. They're not going to throw you a bone and say, here's your moment. No, the world is going to make you fight for it. They're going to make you work, bleed, sweat, and cry for everything you want. And you better be ready to give everything you've got. But that's the beauty of it. You're not just fighting for a better life. You're fighting for your soul. You're fighting for the very essence of who you are, who you were meant to become. And there's no higher cause than that. So stop wasting time on regret. Stop wasting time on excuses. You're not broken. You've been forged. And now you rise. You rise because you have no other choice. You rise because the world will never know what hit it when you step into your power. You rise because you have everything inside of you to crush your enemies, to destroy your doubts, to conquer your fears. This is your time. This is your war. And the only option is to win. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more holding back. This is your moment. It's time to rise. It's time to show the world exactly who you are. This is your war. Now fight like it. You've had enough. Enough of the lies. Enough of the waiting. Enough of being the victim of your own indecision. The time for excuses is over. The time for self-pity is done. You're standing at the edge of your destiny now. And you know what that means. It means you have no choice but to move forward. Do you understand the weight of that? The world isn't waiting for you to get your shit together. It's not going to slow down, not for you, not for anyone. If you don't act now, you'll be swallowed whole by time. You'll be another face. In the crowd, another forgotten dream, another wasted potential. And no one is going to give you permission to succeed. It's not going to come from the people who doubted you. It's not going to come from anyone but you. You want to rise, you want to take control of your life? Then you need to do one thing and one thing only. Take action. Action is the only thing that separates those who rise from those who rot. Action is the difference between the dreamers and the doers. And you've spent too much time dreaming. You've spent too much time in your own head, wondering when the right time will come, wondering when you'll be ready. Let me tell you something. There is no right time. There is only now. The fire you've been searching for isn't some distant spark that's going to come out of nowhere. It's already inside you. You've felt it. You've heard its call. It's the thing that's been pushing you, even when you didn't want to be pushed. It's the voice that says, get up, do it now. That voice isn't just a whisper, it's a command. So here's the question. Are you going to answer it? Are you going to obey that voice? Or are you going to let fear keep you in the shadows away from the life you were meant to live? You don't get to choose comfort anymore. Comfort is the enemy. Comfort is the lie that keeps you stuck, stagnant, and weak. You want growth. You want power. You want victory. Then you need to be uncomfortable. You need to throw yourself into the fire. You need to feel the burn, the sting of hard work and sacrifice. That's where the transformation happens. You've been pushed to the limit. You felt the weight of failure. You've tasted the bitterness of defeat. And guess what? You survived. You've been through hell and back and you didn't give up, you didn't fold, you didn't quit, you're still here and now you're stronger. Now you're a weapon. Now you fight. Every day, every hour, every second. There is no pause, there is no stop. There is only relentless forward motion. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to sit back and let the world dictate your future? Are you going to allow the same excuses to keep you bound, trapped in a cycle of failure and regret? Or are you going to step into the ring knowing that victory isn't just possible, it's inevitable? Make no mistake, this is war. And in war, there are no survivors who sit on the sidelines. You either fight or you perish. The world isn't going to show mercy. It's not going to cut you any breaks. You want to win? Then you need to fight like your life depends on it. Because it does. This is your command. Rise, fight, win. There is no room for hesitation, no space for doubt. You were born for this moment. So get out of your own way, make the decision, take the action. This is your fight, and the battlefield is now. The victory is yours for the taking. This is it. No more waiting, no more wondering. Stand up, face forward, and let the world know that you're here. You're ready. This is your final warning. Get up or get out. The choice is yours. So move.